Hi, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the game Trash Talk. This is a party-style game, but like some of my favorite party-style games, or social games, it is fully cooperative. I really like that style of game where you don't have the spotlight on you, or the spotlight's on you a little bit, but it's also spread out over a bunch of different players because you are all ultimately working together. Trash Talk is essentially the game Mysterium, if you're familiar with that, but with physical objects instead of pictures. In Trash Talk, there's one player who's behind a screen. That player is they are the raccoon. Here's the raccoon player. They are the raccoon. They're behind this screen. They're going to draw a couple different cards. Here's a few different cards. Here's Park and Planet. Park and Planet. They're going to draw these cards. They're going to put them on the table, and they're going to take two objects. And it's really not objects of their choice. I think they have to choose the objects before they choose the cards. They have to choose two objects from this box and place one of those objects next to each of those cards, Park and Planet. And so I'm going to show you some of these objects in this box. They are just kind of junk, right? This is Trash Talk. They're trash. These are the types of things that you might win by paying 10 tickets at a Chuck E. Cheese or at a carnival. They're little trinkets. But the delight of that is that they are trinkets. They are not pictures of trinkets. They are actual physical objects. There's this little plant thing, and there's two of them for everyone because behind the screen, the player playing the raccoon needs to have one of these next to each, associated with each of those cards, Park and Planet. There's these little cars. There are little drink umbrellas here. Little honeycomb roller, all sorts of little trash-like objects in this game. And so the raccoon player is actually taking, as perfectly thematic for a raccoon, they're taking these little objects, they're associating them behind their screen with these cards, and all the other players are talking together to try to figure out, okay, so we know these are the two objects. Which one did this player intend for us to associate with Park, and which one did they associate with Planet? And that's a pretty tough match here, right? You have this kind of plant-like object. Is that Park? Is that Planet? Are bees are crucial for the existence of the planet and the future of the planet and the environment? So did they mean this? So you're pairing each of these objects with those cards, and then you get a chance for the player to reveal and let you know if you're right or wrong. And there are some little rules about removing cards that you got right, keeping cards that you got wrong, things like that, or keeping objects that you got wrong. Eventually, you're trying to add more and more cards to that spread. So after you get Park and Planet correct, then you'll wipe those cards away, keep the same object, add a new object, and add another card. And you keep doing that until you actually manage to get all the cards together. It's wacky fun. It's wacky discussion time. And I think having these big physical objects add to the fun of it. And the rules even say, and I think this is another clever little twist, that because it is a game where you just need any objects like this, any pair of objects, that you can really use anything that you have. If you have a pair of any silly object around the house, you can now include that in the game and use that as part of the trash for Trash Talk. So I like that that way that you can expand your own copy of the game with these types of silly objects. So those are my thoughts on Trash Talk. I really like the physical components here opposed to cards that could have been used instead. I think that's a really fun, neat twist to it. And just that's a fully cooperative social game. That's my favorite style of social or party game. That's Trash Talk. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what object you would put in your copy of Trash Talk. Anything around the house that you have a pair of that you think would make for fun discussions if you're trying to pair that object with different cards in this game. Thanks.